Hey YouTube, it's Matt with Olympus Reptiles. We're still here at Branson's Wild World, and we're in one of my favorite hallways in the facility. So what are we in here?
Here is mostly Elapids, except for 2 snakes in here. We have a Keen Brown, we have an albino, we have spitters, a false water cobra. Elapids are not my strength of venomous snake, to handle and whatnot, but hopefully Matt and me will handle some in the future.
Yeah, that'd be great. And they're not my strength either, but since we don't get to show you many Elapids on our videos, I don't keep any, I really wanted to show you this hallway so you could see some things. First up though, this isn't an Elapid, right? Nope. This is one that's not. This is also an animal I don't get to show off, so I'll let you tell about it.
So this is an eastern diamondback, a Crotalus adamantius. It's one of the heaviest body snakes in North America. One of my favorite as well. The color, the diamond shape on their back. I mean, that's, North America's lucky to have that snake for sure.
One way, if you're like, how do I tell an eastern from a western? I'll give you a really quick tip. I mean, the colors and those kind of things, but if you can see its tail, if you look here, the easterns do not have what we call the coon striping on the tail. The westerns have the black and white rings. Almost after seeing like lemurs here, we can say a lemur tail. The easterns don't have the lemur tail, or yes, the westerns do. So that is a quick visual identifier of what am I looking at if you're at a zoo and you want to sound like you know what you're talking about. Look at that tail. If you're in the wild, don't get that close to the tail, okay? Because you're probably too close at that point.
Too close, right. So here we have our black and white spitters. These are melanistic, so that means that they're all black. They're underneath their body, you can kind of see on the side, they have a little black and white. That's how those guys are. They're probably one of the most docile Elapids we have here. Still, you have to have a lot of respect for them. You have to be very careful. But these are the ones I started handling and whatnot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you do have to wear glasses and a face shield. Right. Especially with the West African. The West African goes straight for the eyes every single time. So
now, one thing too, I always hear people say is that, oh, well, if it's a cobra, all cobras are spitters, but that's not the case. Is
that's
it?
not the case. Some cobras will, I want to say they're mouth waters with venom, yeah. And they might spray it at you, but from filling in their head. But that doesn't mean they're a spitter.
Right.
But no, that does not mean they spit venom. All cobras do not spit venom.
But the true spitters like these,
yep.
They can literally line up and shoot it at you,
yep.
And they're going to aim usually for those eyes because it's an attempt to blind a predator, right?
Yep. Yep.
Really cool. Now, one of my favorite snakes here is right here. Yep. I'm going to let you talk about this
So
thing.
This is the Keen Brown. Not a lot of facilities have these. They're from Australia. You guys, the viewers, you guys probably know that Australia closed their importations on any snake or reptiles or anything that comes from there. This is a very old snake. It's older than me. It's an old lady. One of my favorite species that we have here. Not a lot of people work with them. I want to say like three zoos have these. We're one of them. So it'd be really cool to breed these guys out, but I'm pretty sure my female's too old to hold a clutch or anything like that.
And that's the thing, guys, too. You heard him mention that this is an older snake and it's not going to be able to be replaced when the time comes.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you, get here to see this because there's very few places in this country you get to see this snake. And this is one of the snakes with the reputation for being one of the most deadly on the planet. Mm-hmm. Partly because of where they're at in Australia. One, their venom is highly, highly toxic. But they're not even the top, like on the toxicity scale. Your taipans, also in Australia, kind of have that. But these live in and among people. So they're in heavy populated areas in Australia, meaning that over there, people come into contact with these very frequently. And that's going to cause a lot of bites because they're going to try to hide. If they feel threatened, they're going to do what they naturally would do, which is their natural defense. But you just don't get to see these. So to get a chance to see a King Brown in person without having to travel to Australia is amazing. Because you're not going to see them in Canada, Mexico, China. It doesn't matter where you go. Australia lets nothing out. So the only place you're going to get a chance to do that is one of 3 facilities, and this is one. So this snake alone is by far worth the price of admission to come here.
Right. that snake is priceless for sure for us. One of our favorites. We have an albino here as well. Albinos are they're out there a lot. A lot of people have them. Different color morphs of.
And this is an albino cobra?
Mm-hmm.
And so is that a monocled, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when it stands up and it hoods, you'll see that monocle mark on the back of its neck, which is going to be a pinkish reddish color, right?
Yeah, she is kind of shedding right now, so she's kind of rough looking, but she's a really good girl as well. Probably one of my favorites to work with. She likes to stand her ground for sure.
Now she seems a lot more tame. A Monocled is the one Elapid I've got a little bit of experience with. No, I'm not going to say I'm good by any stretch of the imagination, but I've done it. But she seems a lot more tame than the last one I worked with.
Yep, she's very curious. She actually is. She doesn't really hood up unless you really poke at her. But other than that, she's very curious. She's the one that likes to wander up the snake hook sometimes, so you have to be careful with that. But she's pretty good.
See, we had a normal Monocled on display for a while, but it eventually passed from old age. We had to pull it off and on display because it would hit his face so much, to be honest. So we just couldn't keep it displayed. So to see one that's, calm and collected and not running into the glass is, for me, a treat.
Yeah.
Isn't it, little one? Yes, it is.
Over here we have one of the most scariest snakes that I think we have, is the West African cobra, spinning cobra. This guy is really big. When he squirts his little venom at you, he hits you at the eyes every single time. We wear face shields with this one, so you can't even wear glasses with this one because this one will spray your face every single time.
Oh, wow.
So a face shield, we have to wear gloves because even the venom, when it gets on your skin, can actually, if you have an open wound or something that, it can get you.
If it gets in your bloodstream in any way, whether through a mucous membrane or through a wound or through a bite, it's going to be a bad day. Yep. Look at the head on that. For a cobra, its head appears really, really wide. Most of the cobras I've seen have that, almost like a corn snake, very like a cylinder.
Yeah,
but this thing, you can see that
fat head,
fat head, which tells me for a cobra, it probably has a large amount of venom. It's probably got larger venom glands than most cobra species. Oh, you're so cool. I'm glad that this is between us, though.
And sometimes you can actually see the venom that she sometimes squirts on the wall on accident. Yeah.
So you have your days, huh, girl?
Yeah.
But she seems pretty calm right now, but partly because she feels probably hidden. Mostly under the rock, she thinks we don't know she's there. She's feeling pretty good.
Yeah. Well, yep, that's probably I think the most scariest snake we have here, other than the king brown, but.
Yeah, that king brown. So we're going to close this video really quick with just one more shot because I can't get enough of it, of this king brown. And again, she's really old and really aged because I want to say it was early 80s or late 70s they closed down borders.
Yes, yeah.
So you've got a snake here that's easily in the upper 20s, if not 30s. Well, it almost, I was born in the early 80s. It's in the 30s, right? So just amazing to get to see it. And this is one of those animals you see and you're just thankful to be here because you don't know when you'll see another one. And it's an animal that honestly, year to year, when I come back, I still hope is here just because of its age. I mean, its health is great. And it's a testament to your facility, I think, that this snake has lived as long as it has.
Yeah, I do take kind of pride in that snake just because I do everything for that snake. If in the middle of the night the power goes out or anything like that, I will drive out here at 3 in the morning to make sure that this snake is warm, to make sure that is there anything I can do to go to hook up a generator, some extension cords out here. I mean, this is my prime example of what I do here. So.
And that speaks volumes. It speaks volumes to this place as a facility, and it speaks volumes to this place, to the people who work here. And guys, I'll be honest, I've gone to a lot of reptile displays, whether it's ones that used to come on a truck when I was a kid to set up in the Walmart parking lot, or other ones along the roadside. And I wouldn't choose to come and share all of them with you, but this one I'm always excited to share because I love how the animals are kept. Everything just seems healthy. And every time I've talked to staff, they just care so much for what they do and take pride in something like this. It means a lot to me, and I think that's amazing the work you guys do here. So thank you so much. Question, girl, any questions about these Elapids? No. Nope? Can I get one at home?
No.
All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.